Alright, today I'm going to go over strength training for dancers. I'm going to go over the benefits, then we'll go over the myths. First up is bone density. The immediate thing that I can refer to is Wolff's Law. While not really related to Liam Neeson in The Gray, there is some type of resistance to be overcome. Essentially, as you place stress on the body, your bones will likewise adapt and your bone density will increase. Second and third point are related. Muscle strength is increased and so is hypertrophy of that muscle, which will lead to absorption of force is increased. Along with number 4, the displacement of that force is also better increased, which will also lead to an increase in power. All right, so in reality, 2, 3, and 4 are even more related than previously thought. The fifth one is more on a physiological level. So to take a step back before we get into it, let's take a look at any online video clip of breakdancing specifically, and we'll see that most rounds, whether you're in a cipher or a circle or a battle, they're roughly from 15 to about 30-ish seconds, give or take, couple seconds there. The main thing to think about is there is never anybody going for a 5-minute round. All right, and if they are, it's mainly footwork, not necessarily explosive type movements. So barring showcases, all right, where your energy level is all over the place, if we're looking strictly at a 30-second interval, we want to utilize these energy systems through appropriate strength training, all right, and even some type of aerobic power intervals, all right, which is a little bit outside the scope of this video. All right, so moving on, we have the common myths. First point here is the aesthetic appeal will decrease as a cause of strength training, and it will decrease performance. All right, that notion or that myth can be mostly nullified, because if we have an increase in muscle strength, we don't necessarily need to see an increase in muscle hypertrophy. All right, they are related, but you don't always need to increase your muscle hypertrophy without increasing your muscle strength. So it's relative to the dancer's body. All right. Second thing is we're looking at an increase in muscle mass, right? It will make me slower. All right. So anecdotally, I can immediately say, look at any athlete, look at any sprinter. All right. Look at Usain Bolt. Is he slow? No. What did he do? Most likely some type of strength training. All right. So it will actually allow better force production as a result of strength training. So the third one is actually a little more valid, is in many people's minds, it's not specific enough to help me dance, right? If I'm doing windmills, what's going to help me windmill better, right? Performing windmills, naturally, because it's very specific. It's a more technique-oriented movement. However, on that notion, if we look over here, we have more of a continuum, all right? If we can only perform 10 really good windmills, because our body is physiologically able to perform that, and then we kind of crap out, the thing we're looking towards is how can I increase the capacity for that, all right? We can't do more windmills by saying we're going to do more windmills. We have to physiologically change the body in order to handle more capacity for more movement. So we can do that through general movement, which brings us back to strength training, all right? If we can increase the rotation and the different effects of the windmill throughout different core training exercises, then we should be able to increase the capacity and therefore increase the specificity over time. All right, so those are all basically my arguments for strength training for dancers and why we should not ignore it.